Welcome back everyone, Nadim Naser here for online tennis instruction. Another video for you, this time on the serve, and a very important concept which helps students calm down while working on the serve. And what I want to discuss here is the importance, in my opinion, of the separation between the toss action and the racket arm action. And why am I saying that is because at this point I can comfortably say that I've done countless of serve clinics where players have an issue with exactly that. Understanding what their body does and how it influences the rest of the service swing. So when players truly allow themselves to work on one and the other separately of one another, the results are much better, much quicker. What do I mean by that? Normally players who struggle with the serve, there's a combination of a mechanical error on the hitting arm and a toss that is less than perfect, okay? Basically meaning that the swing always adjusts to hit tosses we shouldn't even be making contact with. So two exercises that I want to give you, one is for the toss and one is for the arm action, okay? And I want you to work on each of them separately of one another and only put them together once they independently of one another start working 8, 9 out of 10 times, even just with a shadow swing, okay? So what I would like you to do is I would like you to truly allow yourself to separate the two. I always start with the arm action. So when players have an arm action issue, I have them start in what I call the half position, or we can also call that position 1. And from that position, all I'm asking players to do is get the rhythm for their toss right. How do they toss? My weight is currently on my back foot, my arm is fully straight, and all I'm doing is I'm executing my toss to completion with a shoulder turn, okay? That's really all there is into it. So let me show you. I'm on my back foot, I'm about 45 degrees into the court. All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna toss the ball as my weight shifts and I have my shoulders turn a bit. My right side doesn't do anything, as you'll see, okay? So half position or position 1, my weight is on my back foot, diagonally positioned, and I'm gonna execute the toss and allow myself to catch that ball, not having moved my right side at all. To clarify what half position means, in my book, the way I explain it to my students on court is that the tip of the racket is to the outside, the face of the racket is diagonally pointing down, I have a relaxed wrist, a swan-like position, and my elbow is lower than my shoulder. Those are reference points that I give my students depending on which one is most important for each of them. So one more time. To just work on the toss, I have position 1, I'm diagonally positioned into the court, my weight is on the back foot, my toss arm is fully straight and remains so, and watch, as I'm moving forward toward releasing the toss, my arm travels all the way and I'm catching that toss where I want to catch it, at this position right here, fully upright. And nothing has happened on the right side. So that's step 1. Let me go into step 2 where I discuss the right arm a little bit more. All right, so we are in position 1, which I had you start with. For everybody who is struggling with their arm mechanics on the serve, I want you to start in position 1 or half position while executing toss exercises here, while letting that ball go. Now I said that I start with the arm action, but you realize that I didn't really do much with the arm action, and that's the key here. Quieting the right side, in my case the right side down, while working on the toss. If you notice that there's too much action happening as you're working on your toss, the way I just did prior to this little clip now, you need to definitely focus on your arm action by not having any arm action once you are in position 1 and solely focusing on the toss, okay? Now let's take it further, and I want you to combine these two things, the toss and the arm action. As the ball reaches its apex, that's when you want to begin the right to left. That's when you want to begin the true arm action, because essentially the serve begins here. Many players don't get there, hence that's why I want you guys to start here. So the apex of the toss, I generally do not have a very high toss to begin with, which I encourage most players to not have. I want you to have a relatively low toss, but once the ball reaches its apex, that's when I generally begin the arm action, because you want to increase the speed from not moving, slowly faster, and then fastest going to contact. And you want to do this in a continuous flow. So if you do this at any point prior to reaching the apex and you're not used to any of this, you'll likely miss parts of the swing. So what we want to pay attention to is once the ball is at the apex, we want to have a continuous flow here. We can call it a lasso. There's so many different things you can name it. Maintain a continuous flow. Find that the gravity gravity is pulling our racket down. It's continuously traveling to contact once I begin from position 1. That will be the focus once the ball reaches the apex. So let me demonstrate a few of these in real speed here. So again, I'm set up the way I was before. My weight is on the back foot. I'm about diagonally positioned into the court. And my toss arm is going to travel the entire trip all the way to fully perpendicular to the court. And once the ball reaches its apex, I'm beginning my right to left. So here we go. Apex, right, left. Okay, one more time. Apex, right, left. And all I want to happen here is that there is no interruption to the flow. Whether you go down the line, whether you go cross court, whether you hold the racket at half grip, whether you hold it at full grip. Play with these progressions to see whether you can maintain what's important here. And that's a continuous flow that doesn't begin until the ball reaches its apex. So one more time for demonstration purposes, this time with a half grip to show you that it works the same. So I'm going to go all the way to apex, right, left, and then flow. Okay, in shadow swing format for you one more time. Apex, 1, 2. Okay, you see the separation of the two, and I can literally, as I'm doing this, think of, okay, toss is in place, I can start. If the toss is not in place, the benefit of this is I don't need to start. I just catch it and maintain position 1. So that way you can go back and forth between focusing on one and not trying to do it all together, and give yourself as much time as you need to master this, and let me know how this works for you. Okay, so if you like this video, do me a favor once more, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet, leave a few comments for us, and like the video. Until next time, take care.
The serve is, of course, the most important shot in tennis, and because so many players struggle with it, we now started offering one-day serve clinics. In these serve clinics, we'll break down your serve with video analysis and show you exactly what elements need to be fixed so that you can hit powerful serves. So if you're interested in finally developing a powerful serve with one of our serve clinics, click the link inside this video right now for all the details on upcoming serve clinics.